Small changes can make a big difference in a job search, and that's why we do speed counseling at the Chicago Bar Association. I'm Kathy Morris of Under Advisement Limited, coming to you today on behalf of the CBA's Career Advancement Program. Periodically, I'm here from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with prearranged 20-minute slots for law students and lawyers who have chosen one area of their job search that they'd like to get some help on. We're going to go through those 6 areas, and I'm going to give you one tip on each, just to show you that we can get a lot accomplished in a short period of time that can make a difference for your search. I might try to also tell you the most common mistake law students and lawyers make in each of these areas, so it'll give you some food for thought. The first area you could choose is your resume. Bring it on in. I'll take a look at it and give you thoughts. Here's a tip. The most common mistake law students and lawyers make in their resume is having just a list, a pure list of jobs, undifferentiated by whether they were jobs that were professional jobs, whether they were in a different industry, such as business, whether they were during law school, and instead they just have a cascade of information that goes on and leads to an interview, frankly, that would go job by job. The second area that you could choose is a cover letter. A lot of lawyers really struggle with their cover letters, and when they bring them in for me, I see that most lawyers have written a letter that's too long. It certainly should only be on 1 page, and not even a whole page, but here's what you need to do as a tip. Foreshadow your resume, don't repeat it, because you're not being persuasive, and it's not going to make it more interesting when people turn the page and see the same information. So think about ways to write a cover letter that'll make a difference, instead of just being a transmittal or a repetition of what's to come in the resume. Third, we offer people a choice to come in and talk about networking. I think the biggest mistake lawyers make is thinking that if they're uncomfortable with networking, maybe they shouldn't do it. Most lawyers are introverts, and all lawyers are a little bit uncomfortable at least about networking. And so I would give you the sense for a tip that it's important to think about preparing to network, not just going places and talking about a job search, but preparing what you might say when you talk to someone on the phone or when you email them, so that you can network from your chair, knowing what you want to say and delivering it well. The fourth area we offer a possibility of talking about at speed counseling is interviewing. I think the biggest mistake law students and lawyers make at interviewing is focusing on themselves and what a job would do for them, how it would build their skills. But really, the tip is focus on the role needed by the employer and what you could do to help them, and help their clients. We also offer the possibility of talking about non-legal careers. If someone does want to think about moving beyond the law or changing the way that they conduct their career such that it's not the traditional practice of law, but even something law-related, something at a law firm that's administrative, something that's beyond the scope of the law altogether, but makes sense, such as being an ombuds at a corporation. I think the biggest mistake lawyers make, or law students, when they're thinking about searching for an alternative role, is that they act, speak, write, think just like a lawyer. And so they have the same look and the same language that they would if they were going to a law-related or legal interview. And the tip is to think about the context, why it is you want something different, and what it is you bring to the table. And even a little built-in humor is all right. Ask people, please don't hold it against me that I've been a lawyer. The final, I think, area that we ask people if they'd like to discuss is negotiating for a salary or even a raise. And I think the biggest mistake that people make here is thinking that you have to go in one time only and have a quick conversation about money, and that's the only conversation about your money at that point. And so I would suggest to you not only do your homework and know what it is you want to ask for, but also be willing to tell the employer that you want to think that over, that you appreciate that offer, you appreciate that suggestion of a raise. You want to think it over and circle back to them and talk with them and finish the conversation. Because people are very uncomfortable talking about money. They're very uncomfortable, even we as lawyers, asking for things for ourselves. And so you need to take your time and make sure that you're going to be satisfied, or as satisfied as possible, with an appropriate compensation that'll spur you to do your best work. So you see, these are interesting ideas. And when we apply them to you at speed counseling, you come away with some really valuable information. And not only that, some renewed hope about your job search and some enthusiasm. So watch www.chicagobar.org/CAP. That stands for Career Advancement Program. Watch for our speed counseling days, because I tell you what, when we announce them, they fill up quickly, and I really would love to help you. So on behalf of the Chicago Bar Association, I look forward to seeing you soon, and thanks.